I'm good now, but that's, I love it. Good taste, good taste. You gotta. Take your time, you don't have to leave like. Yeah, exactly. You know what you need? Oh, there's more. So, sure. So what do you think you have to do about it? Huh? Those are shit. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly.
You can start singing old fisherman stories. Yeah, be careful of that whiskey. They can bring out That's why I said close to the sneak out of here.
Yeah, we just brought it in today. It's great. Yes, so we got some new stuff.
The splashes, you know, like killer whale, like, it's not that we go there.
You're not responsible if your clothes get wet, no.
You hear me though? I mean, do you kind of hear what's happening, what we're trying to accomplish here? Do you get it?
No.
You don't get it? There's gonna be some explanation. We're gonna have to explain. Yeah. Explain things. Yeah.
Yes, I have no idea.
I have no idea.
It's okay if I have no idea.
True that. Let's see, I'm gonna get you some effect in a second. Is it loud? Is it loud? I will turn it down.
got one tonight.
Play your piano again. These brushes today. Just my little brushes. Right on. Turn the reverb down a little bit. It's a little much. Speak in your mic again. Good enough right there?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay,
That's great.
that's great. Hey, do you want to get the light there? Thank you. Thank you. Oh, by the wall. Oh, it's about to get dark in here. It's about to get dark in here. So, glad you all are here. We're just, I'm calling this family night because was kind of a last minute thing from a week ago. Here's how it started. See, this is March 31st. Originally, this was supposed to be opening day of the Padres home opener. This is supposed to be their first game.
Tonight.
Tonight.
Right now.
Actually, it was a day game, but still,
Okay.
it was, but this was so, Padre home opener, I know way ahead of time, it's a holiday, like I take the day off, my boys, my kids, we just go, that's what we do. Okay, every year, that's what we do. But they the players and the owners were kind of having this little spat, and they had to go on this little strike, and then, as the deadline came, they ultimately canceled the first week of games. Then they canceled the first 2 week of games. We didn't know if there was going to be baseball before June 1st. Then finally, they worked it out, and they said, just kidding, we're going to play all 162 games, except their new home opener is on April 14th. And which is a bummer because I have an event here that I'm doing for me, and I can't just cancel that so yeah, that's a bummer. So I can't go to the home opener.
Well, if you can't see baseball, I mean, might as well be here with family.
Might as well be here with family. So, actually, no, my boys are going. Yeah. So, it's a little crazy, but I will get to go. So I can't go the 14th or 15th because I'll be here. I don't have anything on 16th, so Matt and I are going. It's a 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon game. We're going to go to the game and see the third game of the season again. Well, third home game of the season against the Braves. the world champion Braves.
Hotland.
Then after that, we're gonna stay downtown because we kind of got, you know, the hookup to go see Jacob Collier that evening at the House of Blues. So we're just gonna hang downtown all day, night on April 16th. So I was like, I need to do something on March 31st because it was taken away from me. So I'm like, you know what? I've been wanting to do something like this. So I'm like, okay, we'll just, you know, we'll do it and see who's available to come. And this is cool. Got a cool audience here, cool faces. So we're gonna play some music and I'll share. This is kind of informal. We'll play a little music. I'll share some things. Play the music. Just kind of take it, you know, like that. We actually have no idea what we're playing, but you know what? That's how we roll sometimes. That's how we roll sometimes. In fact, that's what it is. So
I'll recap our rehearsal for you. This won't take long. He called me and said, "What are you doing Thursday night?" I said, "I'm free." That was our rehearsal.
it was a great rehearsal.
It was great. Yeah.
Didn't drive anywhere.
No, I didn't play any wrong notes.
Yeah, it was great.
I felt great.
It was
about
wonderful. So we probably should start with. I don't even have to say what it is. We speak in melodies, okay? Okay. I mean, I can get upset in a melody. Okay then. You put it that way. You win.
Tired on my
down this road,
walking down this road,
paying all my dues, paying all my dues. And much to say,
not much to say,
but God is good.
got much to do.
All will be okay.
All will be okay.
Got more than a blues,
More
better blues.
I hope that was the song that you were singing. That
It
you were
wasn't,
humming.
but that's okay. No, actually it was. Yeah. We'll see if we name a title today. We may not even name a title. We just might, like, you know.
They're overrated.
The
It's-
titles are overrated, exactly.
Did y'all know that one though? Did y'all? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mo Better Blue.
We played it a couple times here, so people who come here, they've heard it. I know you've heard it too. But you can sing it. Come on up here. Come on up here.
There's plenty of room.
Come on up here.
That would be painful for everybody.
Well, there's more drink back there. They can take that back. How you feeling, Matt?
I feel great. It's fun to be down here on a Thursday, just hanging out.
Yeah.
People, you know, love this joint, man.
Yeah.
Love what you've done with the place.
So, I just got back from Montana. I was in Montana for a few days, I don't even know how many days. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, from Saturday to Tuesday. So I just got back the night before last, late. Was my group LP and the Vinyl. LP and the Vinyl. You love to play on words there, don't you love it? Yeah. So we were there, we had a concert on Sunday afternoon, and then Monday, Tuesday, we basically had 4 different schools where we like performed and did a workshop, and it was quite fun. So we got, and then a few weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, I'm going to Quad Cities. And we have a week residency where we have a few concerts, and then we're working with schools and different things. It's gonna be a busy week, but it'll be fun. That will be also with LP and the Vinyl. When we got there, when we performed at our concert, on the back of us, on the back they put up a bunch of vinyl records and albums on there. Not only that, so we were staying. They got us an Airbnb, and so of course the first thing in the morning when you wake up, first thing is coffee. Got to do it with coffee. So there's coffee beans from a local roaster in Missoula, it's like an hour from where we were staying in Sealy Lake, and the name of the coffee roast was Vinyl.
Stop it.
I'm not even kidding. I have a picture of it somewhere. It's no joke.
Man, you're just making that.
I am not making ask the other guys.
Okay.
It's the true story. So, we'll play a little more music. I'll tell you about my encounter with one of my all-time musical legends.
You see 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000.
Exactly on the fence.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
D minor. If blood will flow, or flesh and steel are one, dried in the color of the evening sun. Tomorrow's rain will wash the stains away. Something in our minds will always stay. Perhaps it's final that like tears from a star, like tears from a star. On and on the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are.
you.
Fragile, and then we moved to Nature Boy. What's the composer's name? Isn't it?
Eden Abez.
Eden Abez.
Yes.
You know his story? That's
I do, well, I don't know, I know the story of that song.
Yeah.
Because that song got submitted to Nat King Cole.
yeah. But it was originally submitted, I believe, to Sinatra, who turned it down. Yeah. But it was so Eden Abez.
Abez,
Yeah.
yes.
So he was what you call Nature Boy, which, I mean, the title song, but the Nature Boys are kind of like, they were kind of, I don't even know how to describe it, they kind of hung out in the hills, and they were kind of these free thinkers back then. They predated like hippies and beatniks. They were like a real thing, and there's it's a very fascinating story, and fascinating how this song got submitted to Nat King Cole, and of course it became obviously a classic and a hit. But yeah, the Nature Boys.
Yeah.
And the funny, first time I ever heard the term Nature Boy was in a Bugs Bunny cartoon. They had no clue what it was. And then later, he called this guy Nature Boy. It's like, oh, that makes sense. Bugs Bunny.
Good old Bugs.
All the things I learned from Bugs Bunny. Yeah, come on now.
That's
So, yeah, a couple weeks ago, I got to, I might like keep you guys hanging for a little bit, but I got to hang out with one of my legends and actually do a gig with one of my absolute musical legends, and it was a dream come true. I'll tell you more about that later.
What's that tonight? You said this was the invited family. And you wouldn't do them like that. All right, okay.
Okay.
Hey, somebody got to keep them honest.
So-
Might as well be me.
someone's
I'm the
gotta-
only other one with a microphone in here. Go figure.
Hey, we got a new fridge though. Well, it's not new, but we got a fridge with a big fridge back there. Yeah. So, we're stepping up, and things are happening. But hey, you want to sing a song?
Yeah, I'll sing a song.
You don't even have to tell me what you're singing. You can just
I don't even know
start.
what I'm going to sing.
Okay, well, I'll give you time to think about it.
I got one. I'll figure something out.
So I was telling some of you, last night there was a event here. This is a small theater company called the Loud Fridge Group, Loud Fridge Theater Group, and they there was this 90s TV show called Living Single with Queen Latifah. So they did like 2 episodes, like a parody. They did 2 episodes of that last night here. This place was like, so I'm in Montana, and I had to like have my wife get the keys to the guys because they had a rehearsal on Monday, and then so yesterday morning, because the performance was last night. Yesterday morning, I got my father-in-law's truck, and I got the fridge because a friend of mine, she's moving, and she's gave us the fridge. So I was like, I'll use the fridge. So I picked it up. I got here. I'm like, okay. So they had moved the piano over there, like off the stage. Like it was like so. These sides, they created these exits with these black curtains so you could see, so they can get off and get dressed. So they created this. They had a backdrop here. They had like a big rug, and all these tables were moved. It was like crazy. I'm like, oh, okay. And I was here. I came last night because I had a rehearsal. I came, and it was cool. It was fun. Like really talented group of people. Then today, I was like, I called my father-in-law because they were going to rent a U-Haul, and I'm like, can I keep the truck another day? So I helped them load the couch and all this stuff in the truck. So we had 2 cars, a truck and another SUV. They borrowed some stuff from Lamb's Players Theater. And those are all my good friends over there. So I helped them, and then I got back here and I'm like, okay, where's this cord? Where's it? I mean, it was like they cleaned, but it's like, and obviously they probably wouldn't have remembered certain things. Oh, they removed 3 of the light bulbs too. I'm like, today I was like, why is it so dark? I had the lights on. Why is it so dark in here? It's like, oh, because it's light bulbs. So I had to get up, put the light bulbs back, and so it's all good. It's all good.
You're really a venue owner now.
You know, all that to say, it wasn't that bad. And it's cool to be able to allow people to do that. So I know those guys, so I was happy to have them use the space. I guess, you know, it's all good. So.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. All right, y'all gonna help me out on this one?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, he doesn't tell me, so, you know,
You don't
in
have to
advance, so, you know, just, you know, go with me a little bit here. You go right here for me? Just put it right here for me. Now, if you're thinking this is, I can't even do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're in the wrong place. Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just leave it right there. Oh, that feels good. In a mellow tone, feeling fancy free, and I'm not alone, 'cause I've got company. Everything's okay, even the light bulbs.
Yeah.
The live long day with the smell of song. We can't go wrong in a mellow tone. That's the way to live. So don't you mope and groan. Something's gotta give. So go your way and laugh and play. There's joy unknown in a mellow tone. Send the puppet, Baba, the puppet. Shut up, say that again. In a mellow tone, let's let it back. Feeling fancy free, and I'm not alone. I've got company. Everything's okay. The live long day with this mellow song. I can't go wrong in the mellow tone. That's the way to live. And if you mope and grow, something's gotta give. So go your way and laugh and play. There's joy unknown in a mellow tone. Oh, there's joy unknown in a mellow tone. What a day this has been. What a rare mood I'm in. There's joy unknown in a mellow tone. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. There's joy unknown. There's joy, there's a joy. Oh, there's joy, incredible joy. Oh, there's joy. There's so much joy, unbelievable joy, incredible joy, impeccable joy, unbelievable, whatever, you know what I mean? There's joy unknown. In the mellow city, Thank you.
Really wonderful, just really, absolutely, just a fabulous That's fun yet, though.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So we did it in a mellow tone. Did anybody catch the other couple songs I threw in at the end there? Remember? Get a little smile in there, right? And then we from the let me see, what was the other one? Almost Like Being in Love. That's right, Brigadoon. Right, the Scottish village that only appears once every 100 years. And the city forms out of the mists, and they do that like running through the field, the slow motion. This is big. Anyway, I digress.
That's what we do. That's what we do. But you know what? You're not in your academic situation at Maricosta College.
No, you don't know. So I'm allowed to kind of bend the rules.
You're allowed to bend the rules a little bit. This is spring break week? Or no?
No, we had that already.
That was like so long ago.
Actually, we have a concert Saturday night at Maricosta College, Frequency Vocal Jazz, which is my jazz choir that has 11 singers, and piano, bass, and drums, and a student sound engineer. We're going to be doing a concert at the Maricosta Concert Hall. Our concert hall is actually a beautiful hall if you've never been there before. It seats about 420 people.
Great
So
hall.
For this concert, we're allowed 100, and as restrictions lift, we'll get more and more. But if you're looking for something to do Saturday night, and you want to hear our a cappella chamber choir as well as our vocal jazz choir,
They're
kind of
quite
fun.
good. They're quite
Kind of
good.
fun. Miracosta.
They're quite good, yeah. So there's this artist, her name is Lila Yanni.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really cool.
Yeah,
She's Canadian, don't you know?
she's Canadian.
Yeah.
So she's an artist that's kind of really making her waves in the scene right now, particularly in jazz. But it's cool because she's sings, she plays piano, she's rooted in that tradition, but she's got all this kind of modern stuff. There's a little pop flair, but still she adds some cool elements. So it looks like she'll be here in January for 3 days. So starting to book. That's international book.
That is.
Canada,
Yeah, she's
so-
from Toronto.
Yeah, so she's won a bunch of awards up there. So I've been talking to her booking agent, who now is like sending me these other artists. For instance, she sent me she's like, would you be interested in Chiquito Valdez? Which would be awesome. I don't know about, he might destroy my piano.
Yeah.
But
We'll keep that Jazz Lounge piano fund going.
so maybe, he might destroy the piano. But he's absolutely, this guy comes from a family legend, music, so maybe that might happen too. So there's some starting to book some people outside the realm of local, and there's I'm always going to be working on stuff. I get emails all the time, actually. I get emails from like these artists, like I guess where people are finding out about this place. So literally just about every day. It's cool. But you have to kind of be careful because you can't book everybody. Some people are good, but they don't necessarily all right, if I pay you this money to come in and nobody shows up. It's not as bad if it's a local person and then it's not as well attended. Well, it's not, you might lose a little money, but not as much as somebody from outside. So, we'll take care of who we.
It's funny you mentioned that people are, emailing you and wanting to come in the club, because every single person I've talked to tonight is like, when is Leonard going to get me in?
Well,
Buddy's ready. Gary's ready. They're ready. These people are ready. They are waiting for
You
you.
never told me that.
I'm gonna open
His
it.
wife is like, what?
May 11th. Okay, good. We'll talk.
You're
May
dead.
11th? Yeah. We'll talk some dates. When we're done, I'm gonna get everybody's date, and we're gonna figure out when you're gonna be performing here.
We booked you on June 31st and August 40th.
June 31st, September 31st.
That's right.
Yeah. So we'll talk. We'll talk. I'll book you on Christmas Day. I won't be here, probably nobody else, but I'll book you on Christmas Day.
That's safe.
That's safe. Oh, what's this?
He wrote it, he better know.
That one? No.
You want to do this?
Sure. I don't know my own lyrics, so I gotta pull it up. I'm not kidding. I don't know and it's right here. Oh my goodness. Where's the laughter from within us? Where's the hope that leads the way? Painting pictures of the beauty that I love. It's an imaginary day, and so I wait till my hand lead me onward, move me forward, take me from this place. Love will find me, love will guide me, love will lift me and take this pain away.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Thank you. So, there some people, including my friends over here, have been wanting to asking, how can we help and how can we be a part of this? So, there's a couple things happening. Well, first and foremost, obviously, just like any venue or theater, you build your team, and then of course you have your, ushers or whatever you want to call them. So, we're starting to do that now. Part of the problem is like my goal ultimately is to be running, mostly 5 nights a week, every week. In fact, I get calls all the time, like, have anything going on tonight? It's like a Saturday and we have nothing going on.
Yeah.
But they're calling, do you have anything going on tonight? So it's like, no, we don't. So I say probably, I would say by the end of summer, we might be there or close to there where we're booking 5 nights a week. Part of the problem is as we're coming, I hate to say coming out of the pandemic because everybody views it differently. So like, some people say, we're still there, we're not completely, I don't want to like belittle anything. But what I would say is as things opened up, like last July, let's say, and things, things were slowly opening up and musicians were getting gigs but there wasn't necessarily like as many gigs. So everybody was taking gigs, and then like new gigs were happening. But for a while, quite a while, like a lot of them were happening like last minute. So like people were literally like booking, like 2 weeks out. It was kind of crazy. So anyway, it's been kind of hard to fill all my dates with a lot of the local people because everybody's just been busy now. Everybody's like straight up busy, which is a good thing. So I'm not trying to force the schedule here at all. It'll happen as it happens. And I think as we start bringing in outside people, it'll fill up even more because, as some of you noticed, we're doing a lot of 2-night, 3-night things, which is kind of cool to where it gives you options, especially if we're doing a theme night. A lot of people want to go to those, so we'll do 2 or 3 nights. Maybe this Lila Bialy, this lady's coming next January. She's going to do 3 nights, so which is cool. So yes, I'm taking everybody up on their offer, and anybody who would love to be a part of it and help. We've kind of built this. We've kind of built up our needs as far as what we need. we're small, so we don't need like, we don't need a team of 10 people every night. But you know, we kind of have it mapped out. So so anybody who is interested at all, you know, even like, you know, once a month or every other month, want to be a part and help, would love that. You get fed and get to see the concert for free. So you can't beat that. So aside, well, obviously the obvious reasons those things need to happen, but expediting everything, because there's some things that could possibly happen. By the way, did I tell you that I got to play with a legend friend of mine?
No, you didn't.
You tell us about it.
No, do tell.
Fine, you guys are yelling at me. Gee, really, this guy's just straight up yelling at me. I mean, I'm just trying to be. I'm just trying to say. That's all I just want to say. No, so, you know, everybody, we all as musicians and singers have kind of that short list of people, like these are the people that I would literally tour, like, or play with or record with anytime, or like drop everything and like, you know, and everybody has their handful list. Obviously, Stevie Wonder's one for me. No, I did not get to play with Stevie Wonder. I did not get to play with Stevie Wonder. And I maybe one day, but it hasn't happened yet. So, heck, I would love. I think I've mentioned this before, but Stevie has a habit of showing up randomly to like some club and like sitting in and playing. And he seriously, like, he'll do that, like he's in a town, and then I think he just asks, like, you know, whoever's his like road manager, whoever, like, what's going on, you know, in the town, and then they take him there, and then he just like sits in and plays. So maybe one day that'll happen here. He'll just be playing in San Diego, and then it's like.
There is some random dude at table 17.
Stevie Wonder. Bobby McFerrin is one. I did not play with Bobby McFerrin. I was actually technically on stage with him once. It was with a group of people, but that don't count for me.
I scattered with him.
Huh?
I scattered with him.
Yeah, I haven't scattered with him.
It was 4 measures.
I
4 measures of my life.
I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, you didn't tell me this.
I didn't tell you this.
Oh.
You're still you don't know everything, man.
I know most.
You already know the next tune.
Your wife tells me stuff. Okay, well, that's, you know, Bobby McFerrin would be great. Man, Paul McCartney would be cool. That would be awesome. There's a number of jazz guys, like Herbie Hancock would be amazing. Would have loved to perform with Al Jarreau. That would have been awesome. Yeah, there's a number of people, but there's somebody in particular that is like it really in my pinnacle. When I got into jazz in 1991, it started at Mesa College. In fact, your quartet concert, my jazz band director from Mesa College came up from Tucson. He was here,
Right.
James Romeo, and he was for many years. He retired about 5 years ago, but he was the big band director. I applied for the applied music program, classical. I got in, and he asked me to sing the big band. I said sure. And at the same time, I started taking jazz history, and that's kind of where it all happened for me. But then I had some friends at Mesa College and some other friends that were we shared a lot of musical interests, and this particular artist I got turned on to from a lot of these guys, and he became became one of my music obsessions, I'm to say. Just was obsessed with his music, his compositions, his everything that he's done. I've loved his music for years. The first time I saw him in concert was at the Coach House in 1994. I've seen him in concert about 10 times here in San Diego, Boston, LA. And and then I share, I share this with a lot of musicians in town, particularly Peter Sprague, who many of you know, we play together a lot. So we did this live stream, and seriously, pandemic has skewed times. I can't even think. So this is 2022, right? So this was early fall 2020. So we did a live stream doing this person's music. We've done a tribute to his music in the past before, but we did this, and Peter is cool because some of his live streams he's able to get some people to kind of contribute something. Like anybody know Diane Reeves? Yeah. So on one of his live streams he contributed. She was in New York, I believe, but I don't know if she did a video. I don't remember if she did a video or did something live there, but it was cool. So this particular person, his contribution was offering us he had just written this brand new composition, never before played or recorded. We debuted his recording live in this live stream, and we've met multiple times. He loves. I have a duo. Me and Peter Sprague, we have a duo record called Dreamwalking, and he loves that record. He loves that record. So months later, this was I think September. So this was March of last year. So this was crazy because this was just coming out, like going into the pandemic. I don't remember, it was crazy. But I was at a rehearsal, leaving a rehearsal in Santee. Peter had called me during rehearsal, and I was like, okay, what's he called? It must be for a gig or something. So as I'm leaving, walking to my car, he said, Leonard, you gotta call me. You never guess, like, the best thing that can happen, happened. So I'm like, I called him right away before I even got in my car. I said, what's up? So he said, hey, guess who wants us to do a gig with him? Pat Metheny. It's crazy. So the band, the full band that played on that live stream, Peter Sprague, myself, John Oppercook, Mac Layton, and Duncan Moore, all got to play with him. So now the gig was a couple weeks ago. So this thing is booked a year out. So on one side, it's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm doing a gig. And this was Pat's idea. This was a private concert in Newport Beach. He thought it would be a good opportunity for, to play together. And so it was Pat Metheny's idea. So obviously it's a year out, and you're like, well, it's a year. And it seems unreal because it's so long. Plus, like, you're just hoping like it doesn't get canceled, It's like, and because things were getting canceled. Well, sure enough, we get to January and then things are speeding up and it's like it's happening. So, we this was literally like a week and a half ago. Right? Yeah. 2 Sundays ago. So we all stayed couple nights in Newport Beach. We rehearsed on a 6-hour rehearsal on Saturday. At this place that they rented out. So it was Pat and his road manager, and so it was quite cool. So we did, and there's this lady in town. She writes these lyrics for these Pat Metheny tunes. We got to do a couple tunes with lyrics, and then the rest it was just me doing vocal.
Randy
And
Phillips.
Randy Phillips,
Oh,
yeah.
Randy.
Yeah. So, but in the emails, the week of, the road manager was asking about my percussion or cajon or whatnot, and I was like, so Peter, should I bring my cajon? It's like, yeah, just bring it just in case. I brought my cajon. I wasn't sure because Duncan was playing. I just wasn't sure at all. So we're rehearsing on Saturday, and obviously, I mean, the rehearsal's like a master class, like workshop. It's pretty amazing. But at some point he asked, hey, do you have any other stuff, any other percussion? I said, no, I guess I can get some. So Duncan handed me, he had a shaker that was in his bag, so he handed me a shaker. So I was, doing a little cajon, and playing some shakers, a mean shaker. And so rehearsal's done, and we're like, at the hotel. Peter had to drive back home because because one of the tunes actually had Are you going with me, that tune? So he had created, there was this track, but we had to edit it a little bit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he didn't have the program, so he had to drive home. So Peter calls me late on Saturday night. I had already kind of fallen asleep, or I was half asleep. I was like, I called him back in the morning, and he said, hey, I'm down here. If you know anybody who might have any other percussion instruments or anything, I can pick it up and bring it on the way back. It might be a good thing. And I had no idea what the underlying thing was at the time when he was telling me this. I said, my friend Monette Marino, she played here once when I did my CD release thing here. She's a fabulous musician. So I texted her, and she wasn't home. She was whale watching. So, and there wasn't anybody, because Peter lives in Encinitas, so I'm like, there's nobody else this close. I don't want to have to drive down. I said, no, Manette's out, but I'll go to the Guitar Center, because the Guitar Center was like literally 6 minutes away. So I went to the Guitar Center, and I spent some money, got a rain stick, I got like 4 or 5 different things, and I came back, so we had a 2-hour rehearsal, sound check, Sunday afternoon, before our couple-hour gap before the gig. So, and then, by Pat's expression, like it was cool, like, so I was like, okay. So, so then the gig happened on Sunday night, and it was, so I don't know if you know in the past 8 years, there's this person, this is not the same person, who hired or paid for Paul McCartney for a private birthday party at your house. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, paid like $1.5 million or something, I don't know, something crazy to have.
Yeah.
And then same person rented out the belly up and had Rolling Stones, paid $2.7 million to have the Rolling Stones play a private concert at the belly up. Same person. I guess if you have enough money, you can probably have just about anybody you want to. There is something that will get them there. So it wasn't this person, but a different guy. His wife. It was their anniversary, and they met, I think in college or high school. I don't know. They both used to play guitar, and so they Pat Metheny's Watercolors album from way like 1978 or something was like one of the things that they connected with way back in the day. So, I don't know how much money they spent, but they spent a lot of money. And so it was a private thing. It was cool because it was like a whole spiel. The curtain was closed, and he was like building it up. You know, they knew that there was a surprise, but they didn't know who. And so they opened the curtain, the front curtain. We're hanging on a B-flat chord. And then, so ladies and gentlemen, Pat Metheny, he walks from the back curtain, and then we start playing. And it was kind of surreal. It was amazing because I've been singing many of those tunes for many years, so to actually sing with him. But fast forward, we're hanging out afterwards. Of course, all of us, the band, and Pat and road manager, were getting pictures and, you know, talking about, because, you know, Pat Metheny used to play literally with everybody. So asking about, you know, different people that, you know, what was it like, you know, playing with whatever, you know, all of that stuff, all of that spiel. So then, this is weird because I don't like talk about myself a lot. Like, this is so weird telling a story about myself. I like telling stories about other people. But you're family. You guys are family. So we're hanging and talking, and then at some point he's talked. Well, let me back up a little bit. Let me back up a little bit. So during the rehearsal on Saturday, the road manager asked me. He said, "Do you tour?" I was like, I do like short tours because I do with my LP and the vinyl. We do like little tours, like not long tours. He's like, "Are you interested in touring?" I was like, "Yeah, Then he said, you might get a call." I'm like, okay. He might have said something else, I don't remember, but then he said, like, you might get a call. So fast forward, you know, we're hanging, talking, and then Pat's talking about this new recording that he started. So he has this trio that he's touring with, and his project is called the Side Eye. It's called the Side Eye. Side Eye, like SIDE-EYE. And he did a great concert at the Radio Shell last September. So he's still touring with that trio. But apparently the keyboard player, it kind of bailed on the tour for whatever. I think anyway, he kind of bailed on the tour like last minute, or they got rid of him, or it was kind of mutual thing, whatever. Amazing musician, amazing musician. So he hired another keyboardist, but he had started recording this project, and he was used as keyboardist, and he's like, I don't know if he was thinking about changing a lot of his stuff and doing, something different. He's like, not sure. And then Pat nudges me and says, I'm gonna need some vocals on this. Yeah, sure. So,
That's right.
Then we're closing up. We're done. We're saying goodbyes, and he, everybody says goodbye to him, and then he comes to me last, and he pretty much tells me that I'm on his short list for possibly going to tour with him and possibly being a part of this recording. So I say this because obviously everything you say with balance, it may not happen because he may change his mind or do something different. That's totally fine. And this will come full circle around to, so then Peter Sprague calls me that night or the next day, I don't remember, we talked. And he said that Pat called him a week before the gig and was asking questions about me, because he basically was thinking about reconfiguring his group, adding vocals, like vocals with percussion, because he's done that with his past Matheny groups, where, you know, there'd be vocalists and they'd also play percussion. So, so he talked to Peter, like, he called Peter a week before the gig. So, all that being said, this may not even happen, but if it happens, I could be leaving to Europe in a month for 2 months. Yeah, like literally, which would be fantastic. I already got approval from my wife, from my wife. Because, I mean, it's like, you know, that's really, yeah, gotta get. I mean, I didn't even ask her. I just told her what was up, and then she, you know, she said, you have to do this. You have to do this.
Well, if you go, we got you covered. So.
Well, so all of that, you know, those who know me well, or a lot of musicians who know, and a lot of people know because Peter's been telling everybody. It's like, people have been calling me, and so, you know, like I said, it may not happen, but you have to prepare like it is. So that's why I gotta expedite my passport and do all this stuff. But also, you know, for this place, like, I've always wanted this. Like, obviously, I've done some concerts where I'm not there. You know, I've done you know, quite a few concerts here. But I want this place to be able to just run smoothly, whether I'm there or not. And so all the more getting people involved and having people helping is really kind of, you know, I basically within the next month, you know, the stuff that are lined up for the following 2 or 3 months, you know, I want to have things covered, you know, and also with that, you know, I want to have different people that are also faces of this place, because I'm like the face of this place, but I don't want to be like necessarily the sole face. I want to have other people that are kind of that too. One of those people was Matt Falker, and I mean, he's an obviously incredible musician. Everybody who's played here has been incredible musicians. So, but just I mean, you're well spoken. You connect with people well, and you do this already. I mean, he goes to conferences and speaks and does workshops. So he does this all the time. So, you know, I want to find. You know, I've talked to some other musicians. Tasha the harpist is one. She just did a sold out CD release just this past. What are we today? What is today? It's a Thursday.
We're not going to remind you what today is.
Look, it was last Saturday. Oh yeah, we won't remember. God, it was supposed to be a home opener, but you know, whatever. So she did a sold out CD release last Saturday, and then she has another concert coming up May 7th. But she's one, and it's some other people, musicians or people who are like kind of like the other faces that you see. It's like yes. So that's kind of what I'm trying to put in place, as well as you know, having the people who want to assist and help. You know. Whenever they can. So this place just runs smoothly. So if by chance you know, believe me, my phone's on me like all the time. Trust me. It's like I'm
True.
Every single I figure the number would be like unknown or something like that. So like unknown, like do I really want to answer that unknown? You know, because some of those unknowns are like you just don't want to even mess with. But all that to say that you know, preparing for everything. If I don't go, or it may mean it may not happen now, it may happen later, or something may happen later. But then I just prepare myself for anything, you know. So that's kind of there's a lot of things that are going to happen over the next few weeks, regardless of what happens, because then you're just prepared. So, and then that's, you know, Matt's got my back. I got people that got my back.
I
So
thought
that's,
you were gonna invite us to Europe with you.
I did.
I'm trying to get him to put all of us on like bury it in PG-13 in his contract. And by the way, all the patrons and Matt have to go with me when I go to Europe. I'm telling you.
And yeah, you know, I just have to say, like, people who know me, I've probably over the years been the worst at promoting my own stuff, like myself. Like, I'm better at like talking about somebody else, promoting somebody else, and not myself, because I just have never been. I don't know what the right word is. Into myself. I don't know what the right word is. Some people are good at it. Some people are good at marketing themselves and getting themselves out there and finding opportunities. And I just, you know, and I'm not one that tries to take advantage in the wrong way of some opportunity that comes. I just don't, you know, my mind is it's either meant to be or it's not. It's God's plan or it's not, and that's just the way it is. So, you know, what I do love is that with a place like the Jazz Lounge, I like it because I like dealing with other people. Like, even when I'm performing, it's like, how do I deal with the audience, or how do I deal with my musicians? You know, how do I make it like their thing or your thing? How do I make it like, how do I make you feel at home? That's what I like. I like that. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
We should sing something.
We should. Do you know James?
Yeah.
Do you know that tune? That's a Pat Metheny.
Yeah.
He wrote that.
We didn't play it. We rehearsed it, but we cut a couple of tunes on the day of. But we did rehearse that tune, so I did get to play that tune with him. So I'm totally down to play with James. And James is also, just a whole side thing, James is on an album called, Pat Metheny group album called Off Ramp. And this October, I believe, it's been 40 years since that album was released. So that's one of our tribute nights in October, is a tribute to the Pat Metheny's Off Ramp album, and maybe Mr. Peter Spray will be playing with me on that one. We'll see.
Yeah, let's do it, yeah. Wherever you want.
Let Oh, thanks. Leaving?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Wow. That's cool.
See you on the whatever date. Hey, just what was I gonna say? Oh, what I was gonna say, you know, back to Pat Metheny. Somebody mentioned, oh, and Leonard has a jazz venue in San Diego. Maybe you can sing with Pat. Maybe you can come play. And then I'm like, oh, I couldn't even afford it. Like, I couldn't afford it. But Pat said, why not? I mean, sometimes he likes to just play at some small little venue, like, you know, before he goes on a long tour, like, you know,
Right.
for like a handful of days. It's got, you know, Jason Mraz does that. You know, I don't know if anybody got to go to any. I know you probably have. Have you?
Me?
Yeah.
Seen him
The quiet guy in the back? No.
No, but did you get to go to any? Did you get to go to any of the Java Joe's Jason Mraz?
Oh,
Oh,
I told you you shouldn't have called on me.
what is
Are you
that?
okay?
I don't even know what
Are
fell.
you all right?
Get the police.
It didn't, okay. I put my hands up and knocked it
I
down.
don't even.
All right.
I really
How
apologize.
did I even get
I'm
there?
so sorry.
I got it.
Oh.
You're good, you're good.
Anybody hurt?
No,
Okay.
the light bulb fell
I'm
down.
so sorry.
Oh.
Okay, me too.
Me too.
I was like, what is that? Was that there before?
It
Oh,
was
Yeah.
right- Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
it
put
was
my
right
hand, I went like that.
can that be lowered at all?
Yes, can.
Lowered and maybe put it.
I got it. I got
Okay.
it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Don't
Yeah,
even worry.
knocking stuff out here, you know, knocking
Already
and
worried about
destroying things. Come on, everybody here. What is happening here? No. Oh, anyway, I was just talking about Jason Mraz. Jason Mraz likes to do that.
Java Joe's.
Where Java Joe's. So, you know, I got to go to one of those. So Joe would basically send the message out to his trusted peeps who would not like blast it to everybody. So, because Jason Mraz likes to try out new stuff, his new tunes with a small audience, and that's where he got to start kind of here in San Diego. So he likes to, that's what he likes to do. So hey, who knows? Maybe hey, look, if something like that ever happens, you guys will be the first to know. So the people who are, you know, it will be a thing that won't be announced on the website. It would be, who knows, if there's anybody that's like really got a big name and wants to keep a low profile, who wants to play in a small venue, you know, being a part of this, you know, you guys will always get the first dibs. So, yeah. However, if I show up and there's a line down the street, then I know you can't be trusted. It's like, what? It's like,
Our lips are sealed.
the line's going all the way to El Cajon and it's going all the way to North Park that way. It's crazy. Oh my God. No, so that's cool. That's cool that, you know, there's and like I said, as time goes on, you know, there's a reveal who, as people, things happen, you know, you'll get revealed of who will be here. There's more stuff in the works, but I'm excited about this Laila Bialy. I will get you guys hip to some of her music because it's really good. Yeah, she's got some cool. Couple of her tunes are choral arrangements, right?
Yep.
Jazz choir,
Jazz
choir arrangements.
Yeah, that's super stuff. She's just wonderful.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then just we'll play maybe one last tune because it's already like 9. People are trying to get home and work tomorrow. So, another thing. I'm gonna slow my brain down because I'm still, you know, it's been kind of crazy because, you know, your brain. I just got back from Montana, and then, you know, a handful of days before that I played with Matheny. So, like, you can imagine my brain is like, it's kind of like it's. I'm trying to get back into the mode of things. You know, I have these like rehearsals and I have like this new music I gotta learn. I'm like, you know, if I, you know, if you just call, I don't have to learn this difficult thing I gotta learn for like May.
Can I say something about June?
Oh yes.
Would that be okay?
Yes. About June? Oh, yeah.
Would that be okay?
Yes.
So Leonard is, you know, it's so much fun coming and playing with him, singing with him. We certainly hope that you enjoyed the music tonight, and sort of the free flow thing that we do that we always kind of make fun of, but it's super fun just to be creative in the moment and just let it go. He had me and my quartet here just a little over a week ago. And we're actually going to come back on June 2nd and June 3rd. We'll be right here at the Jazz Lounge. So Matt Falker Quartet's going to do 2 nights right here. And I think we're going to work on live streaming and maybe recording and just getting some new material down. So yeah, it'd be lovely to have you all back if you want to come back on June 2nd and 3rd, I think is what we're doing.
June 2nd and 3rd.
June 2nd and 3rd. June 2nd and 3rd. Come
Be
on.
there. Be there. Don't be anywhere else.
Here, right?
Be here. Yeah. Oh, well, I know you're always there. That's where you sit. Typically. Mostly, unless somebody like sometimes people purchase that ticket first and then you're over here and you've been here, but you like that seat. You guys like.
Right.
You know, you've been there. You tried over there, but you guys like it there. I'm learning like what the seats that people like. You know, you guys like those seats?
We like this seat.
Yeah, it's cool. I like those because it's close to the restroom. Right. I'm just like for real. It's like I like it close to the restroom. I hate going to a concert or a show or a play or whatever, and I gotta go to the restroom. I can't stand it. But if you have to, you want to be close. So yeah, I think that's it. The last thing I wanted to say is there's some new things that I'll email everybody about over the next few weeks. There's not a whole lot of stuff happening in April. I mean, there is. Next week we got Rebecca Jade. Doing Music at Sade. If you haven't heard of Rebecca Jade, she's about as good as it gets. Like, she's ridiculously good. We've performed together lots, but she's multi-San Diego Award winner, and she's the coolest person too. Like, she's just has the coolest attitude, cool vibe, but she is absolutely incredible. So you have to try to make one. Yes, she's awesome. She's a good basketball player too. She's athletic.
That's great.
So that's next week, and then the following week, I have a couple nights where I gotta jump on that. It's LP with strings, so I have a little combo with strings. So I did a night with strings in Christmas, a Christmas thing, that was cool. So I've been visualizing this project, so this will kind of helping to visualize. So if I can get my arrangements done in time, that will be that. And then I think on the 21st, Brenda Greggio, the senior in high school, the Phenom, she's doing a trio thing. So there's not a whole lot of things booked in April, and then there's some stuff in May, mainly because it's just how it worked, you know. Again, we're not, you know, I got literally, you know, people asking me, when are you gonna have more stuff booked, more? It's like, you know, I'm not forcing anything, it'll be. But be on the lookout. One thing I want to mention is there's some shows that I'm gonna start producing here, or some other people are gonna start producing. One of them is one I'm excited about. It's I don't even know what the title is yet, but it's I love songwriting. I'm a songwriter. I have other people who are fellow songwriters, so it's going to be a songwriting show. It's going to be kind of, you know, we're going to come in here on a full day, write a tune for somebody. It'll be somebody locally or some YouTube artist or somebody, and it's the whole goal is in this, whatever, 6 hours of time or whatever, we're gonna write a song for this artist. Then it'll be edited down into probably multiple episodes, podcast too. So and you'll be able to watch or hear that. So sometime latter part of April, beginning of May, where that will have the first one. But that's kind of exciting. It'll be cool. It's kind of like I got really inspired. This is something I've been visualizing for a long time, but I've been getting inspired by these documentaries, like the Beatles Get Back documentary and these other documentaries. It's like, you know, we're just gonna like do our thing, and then it's just gonna be filmed, and then we're gonna edit it down, and it's gonna be cool, and who knows what will happen, but it will be fun. We'll just write these tunes. Yeah. So, what do we want to finish with?
Well, I got an idea. We could do a little Hall Notes.
Which one?
Every time.
Oh,
You wanna do that?
yeah.
Is that, are you in the mood for that?
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm feeling that, you know.
Okay.
That might be kind of fun.
We can do that. Let me pull up some lyric. So, this particular tune was made famous by a guy named Paul Young. But he didn't write the song. It was written by Daryl Hall. In fact, it was on a Hall & Oates album that came out in 1980. Paul Young made it famous, I think, in like 85 or something like that. So this is closer to the way that Hall & Oates did it. But yeah, a lot of people don't know that it was a Hall & Oates song. But it was a huge hit. And I should know the lyrics because I recorded it. I just make sure I sing it right. so many tears. So you go again, and the leading melodies, always the same thing. Can you see we got everything going on and on and on? Every time you go, you take a piece of me. Every time you go, yeah, you take a piece of me with you. Go on and go free. Maybe you're too close to me. Yeah. Feel your body move. Doesn't mean that much to me. Oh, can't go on saying the same thing. Can't you see we got everything? You know. Every time you go, yeah, you take a piece of me with you. Yeah. Every time you go, you take a piece of me with you. This is quite fun this morning, talking, playing some music. And we're going to do this more often. Sometimes it'll be just random. Sometimes we'll plan something cool and big. And just keep an eye on the email for new things that are happening over the next few weeks. definitely check out Matt Falker when he comes back in a couple months. Yeah. Thank you for supporting this space. I will see you all real soon. Rebecca J next week. The music of Sade. You won't be disappointed at all. So God bless you all.
Oh, I see how you're gonna do that. I say June, and your eyes just glaze over. So you're like, I don't know what country I'm gonna be in. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Thank you guys. Oh, good time back there. Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm doing.
Wonderful. I'm so glad that he's there. I told him that I told my dad for 10 years.
Oh, he's
I have a piano that I don't play.
Oh.
I don't remember. It's a Baldwin maybe. It's a upright. I used to play.
Yeah.
Oh, that was like Christmas. Oh, was that pretty awesome? Yeah.
She's really good.
We played together right off. So, yeah, she's pretty amazing. And she just, the way she carries herself, she's very good.
Is that right here? I go around.
Okay,
Yeah.
Enjoy it. I forgot what he Oh, okay.
Yeah?
A little bit. Oh, yeah.
One more?
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're close to everything. You're close to.
Oh, yeah. We did, and I love it when it
Thank you so much. Thank you.
2 or 3 nights, because we get comfortable, more people get to see it.